He was a nobody. He was afraid of nobody. He go out of his way to show you he's no hoe, so much so he'll put holes in your body. But at first he was a dreamer. Then he got strung up and strung out like streamers. He was a good guy, just a bit of a hood guy. You could see some struggle in his demeanor. But at first, he was a quick learner. So at a young age, he learned to stay with a burner, ready to go to war with anybody like he was a colonel. Told me his war was eternal. But I could have sworn he said internal. And I could have sworn that boy bled for his team for sure, but it seemed like his blood was shed premature. You see, he was immature. Because one day somebody told him he was a nobody. So he was afraid of nobody. He go out of his way to show you he's no hoe, so much so he'll put holes in your body. But at first, he was like Nick Nova. He just wanted to hoop. He just loved to run and shoot. That's the kind of guy he was. But now all he does is shoot and run. Store runs, he take his gun. Road trip, he take his gun. His friends invite for nights of fun. You guessed it right, he brought his gun. And he would fight, because believe me, he could fight. But the days of honorable one-on-ones turned to days of vulnerable one-on-twos. The generation gone down under. They're only capable of jumping, they kangaroos. So he clutched his banger in the strangers. Said his pistol was his anchor and he was a sailor. So he sold wherever his set sells. And he go wherever his set sailed, whenever his set sells. So you're sure to catch shells. He's doing a sentence and can't spell. He in a cell and he can't tell. I said he in a cell and he can't even tell. With no visits, no mail. You see, no love feel like jail to make your soul frail. One time he got caught, didn't want bail. Said it was one stop on a long trail. He had loose screws and not enough nails. And that's a shaky foundation. That's a tragic conclusion. In basketball, he was such a talented shooter. But a star can become a nova or a black hole, depending on the user. Nick Nova. He was a nobody. He was afraid of nobody. He go out of his way to show you he's no hoe. So much so he'll put holes in your body.